All right, guys, another era has begun here on Shellonomics, episode 151. Where our goal over here is to at least get another 50 episodes for you, loaded with guests, treasures, chatter, news, all that good stuff. Today, our good friend Christian and I, we fell down a nice Alice in Wonderland rabbit hole. Thanks to an amazing website known as the Internet Archive, archive.org, or archive.org, we have been able to find some books that I have, but Christian at the time was not able to find and read. So we're very excited to talk about a lot of kids' books from our generation of turtles back when Turtle Mania was roaring. There's books based on the cartoon with coloring. There's some movie books. There's one which is another fun one with Stump Asteroid. So much more, including a rap song. Don't worry, we won't be rapping for you. It's not Ninja Rap. It's another cool rap. But, dude, I'm so excited to have you back here, Christian. So did you know about these when you were a kid?
When I was a kid, no,
Okay.
these didn't exist here. We had some TMNT books, some stuff, but most of the stuff that like it came from UK or was an original or like an adaptation or something. But these were not the same ones. So yeah, as you say, it was really a rabbit hole. Like, oh, this I haven't read this before, and this was so fun. This was like, oh my god, I really had a lot of fun with these books.
Oh my gosh, same here. Dude. I mean, I had these are childhood favorites. Some I didn't know were mentioned in other spots. We'll get to that Donatello one, which is probably my favorite, just for sentimental reasons. But just so much fun, dude. So I had more of the ones where you could read. There are also coloring and puzzles though in these books, weren't they? When you were looking at these.
Yeah, some of them were yeah, I mean adaptations from cartoon episodes, but in coloring book format. So you had like a story, but they were in black and white, and you could color them. So also a nice idea.
Yeah, I thought they were pretty cool too. And just as always, how great is the artwork for all these covers? I couldn't see one. It was just like that. I loved all of them.
Yeah, but like they were all in the classic cartoon style, but a little comic-y, a little inspiration from the Archie TMNT adventures. And so yeah, it was I had really fun with this. Like they really felt like in the art style, it really felt like old school kids books, which I don't know. I had some other kid book for my kids, like I don't know, Dora the Explorer or stuff like that, and they had also like this original art style, not just like pictures from the cartoon or anything. Like they were redrawn scenes from this series and stuff. So this is like this really brings me back to like, oh my god, this really feel like old school books for kids. This yeah, it's kind of weird. It's like a trip down memory lane to memories that I didn't have before. So it was great.
Yeah, and the other great thing about this too is for people who are nostalgia fans and I gotta buy everything Ninja Turtles. These are, collector's items and they're not that expensive. Granted, you might not find them without, colors and highlights from kids, but it's still not a bad price, for a couple bucks. So today, Christian and I have put together a nice list with his help, of course. And our first bunch here, we're just going to mention pretty much a little bit briefly because a lot of these are repeats with stories that you guys may already be familiar with.
Yeah, the first bunch of books are pretty much the first season of the cartoon. So we have a book called Mutant Madness, which is a coloring book based mostly on the episode Enter the Shredder. Then another coloring book is Rat Trap, which is based on the episode A Thing About Rats. Then we have a book called Escape from Dimension X, which is based on the episode Hot Roading Teenagers from Dimension X, the fourth episode of the first season. But here some stuff like we see that are different that I like to mention. That's like, oh wait, there's a little twist in there. I mean, it's basically the same story. But like in this, we don't have Granitor. There's no gray Stone Warrior in there. It's just a regular Stone Warrior who is with Krang, and the names of the neutrinos are never said. Dusk, Zack, Kala, they're never said. They're like, oh, this neutrino said that, and that neutrino said that. But their names are never said in the book. That was interesting, but they look the same. Like you could say it's like Zack. This is Dask from the cartoon. Then we have another coloring book, Shredder Gets Splintered, which is based on the episode Shredder and Splintered. But that's the interesting part here. I thought that there was another book based on the episode Shredder and Splintered, which was not a coloring book, which was a storytelling book, where the story starts with Shredder, who's telling the story. Like all of these books start with someone introducing the story, like, oh, this happened, and so on and so forth. um, and here in this story based on Shredder and Splintered, that was interesting because when I read it, it is mentioned that Shredder, when he has the retro mutagen gun, and to demonstrate it, he uses it on Bebop, not on the what was his name, Skag, the other punk. He uses it on Bebop, but later Bebop and Rocksteady as mutants attack the turtles, like in the episode. And it's not like he got remutated or anything. It's like, okay, now he's a mutant again. Okay, good. And interesting is like that it cuts off in the end, because in the end with it's Shredder and Krang, they're escaping after the retro mutagen gun was destroyed, but the Technodrome doesn't get sent to Dimension X like the last episode ended. It's just like they escaped, and Splinter's like, yeah, now I'm a rat, and I'm fine with that. And then the story just ends. So it's like there's the big finale is missing. So yeah, that's what I thought was interesting. So yeah, we have some books, and if you like collect all these books, you have the complete first season in book format. That's interesting.
Yeah, and a cool artwork. And just again, this is when Turtle Mania was running wild. And we know that they got hungry because there is a season 2. And so not only was this season 2, the cartoon we talked about earlier too, it was an Archie comic, and it was on a collector's like cassette tape. It was also in kid book form, wasn't it, with Return of the Shredder?
Um, yeah, of course, we then get the book Return of the Shredder, which is based on the episode Return of the Shredder. And like this is the follow up to the previous book, uh, but the Technodrome is now in Dimension X, even though, if you remember, at the end of the last book, the Technodrome doesn't get sent to Dimension X. And if you only read the book, you never saw that happen. So that's some funny stuff. But most of the stuff still based on the episode Return of the Shredder with the Crooked Ninja Turtle gang. And yeah, but still like in its own style. Like the Crooked Ninja Turtle gang looks a bit different. They have like bandanas instead of paperbacks over their head. But yeah, the story is pretty much based on the episode. So yeah, but in its own style. So that's something like with these books, I gotta say, it's like, yeah, the story, the episodes, but if you uh, want to see like a different way to tell the story, you could really check these out. So these are just fun, like new interpretation of the story. Um, for this, I really like this.
I enjoy it too, and you can't quote me on this because again, when you try to remember things when you're a kid, it's really hard to dig deep back to 30 plus years now. But I'm pretty sure the next one that was the Incredible Shrinking Turtles. I believe I read the book before I saw the cartoon because I'm like, hey, I remember this part where they're talking about the little soap and the snake and all that stuff. And I wanted to ask you, how amazing is the artwork once again? How is this held up compared to how our generation of turtles continues to get rebooted? Great example would be the Cybercell cards. So just I don't want to say it's lazy, just I like our artwork better that we grew up with. I mean, you can just see, just when you look at those covers, there's more grit. The turtles could look a bit more chunky or too, like that Raphael one, and you see that with Return of the Shredder. But how does this art? Why does it still hold up compared to I'm calling it a little lazy though compared to nowadays with our love for our old turtles. The grit's there too in the old ones.
Yeah. I don't know. It might be a bit of nostalgia here, But I gotta agree. It's like, okay, you still see these are kids' books. It's not like they are like very shaded or like a lot of like dark tones or anything. It's very colorful and uh, yeah, very kid friendly, of course. But yeah, it's I don't know. I can't really say. It's like, is it nostalgia for these books? Like you remember, like, oh my god, yeah, back then we had this kind of books. Nowadays they look different. I know. I mean, nowadays like these books would be made with computer graphics and drawn on computers, which is not a bad thing or anything. It's just a modern way. But these you really see like, okay, people really drew them on paper. You can really see the art in there. So it's like, yeah, it's like a time capsule. It's like this feels really 90s for me, and that's really what hits in the right spots for me. I would say.
One funny thing that I just noticed that you may not have noticed, there must have been a big Michael Jordan fan drawing these books, because if you look at the covers of the Michelangelo, Raphael, Leonardo, and Donatello solos, three of the four have their tongues sticking out. I only knew it in the Magic Crystal, but now that I'm looking again, Mikey's doing it and Raph's doing it. So we all know Air Jordan always had his tongue hanging out playing basketball. So there had to be some Jordan fan behind these. But I still love the covers nonetheless. But now some exciting news here is our next chapter, so to speak, into our kid books are some fresh new adventures, starting with Codename Chameleon, a book I had as a kid and love this one.
Yeah, it's funny that they stopped with the cartoon adaptations after the Incredible Shrinking Turtles, just like the TMNT Adventures did.
Yes,
So I
that's
don't
right.
know if there's a connection there. Yeah. And then we got some adaptations from stories from the TMNT Adventures books, like Codename Chameleon, which is based on the TMNT Adventure comic, but drawn in a new style, like to feel a little bit more like the cartoon, I think. So yeah, but mostly it's the same story with the chameleon and Bio and Rocksteady, and they capture the chameleon, like the agent, and Shredder mutates him into a real chameleon, and so yeah, it's. I thought that was very interesting that we got book kids book versions of TMNT Adventures comics. It's like, I mean, it gets even better later on, but yeah, this was once again this felt really interesting. Like once again, I gotta say, yeah, you can also read the comic and you get the same story, but these books, like, they're just like a different angle on the same story, like draw. It's not like they took out like pictures or panels from the comic. They really drew the whole thing completely new. So it's like, okay, a retelling of the story. And for this, I really thought it was really cool. I know I'm repeating myself, but it was just
Yeah.
fun.
I think I think me and you are just having the excitement of just when we were talking about doing this show last week. Like, dude, this is great. I get to go back in time once again and relive the glory days. Just what's cool
Yeah.
about these two as you get ready to break down our next one, A Fishy Adventure. This feels now the way the writing was. It's similar to the cartoon with David Wise. He said in an interview he never wrote down the kids, and that's how I felt even rereading these just for this episode here of Shellonomics on Spotify and YouTube. Wouldn't you agree? It seemed like, it wasn't like the Shredder got angry at the turtle and the turtle pulled out his nunchuck. It's like an all age reading, wasn't it for you?
Oh, absolutely. Of course, it's still kid friendly, but it's really told in a coherent way. So you really, it's not like I don't know. They're really telling a story. They're just simply telling a straight up story, and it's not like talking down to kids like. and then that happened, and then that happened, and then that happened. No, they really tell a story like it should be with a book. So uh, really, they really put some thought into this with the art, with the story, and so I never was bored with them, even though I know the story. But I enjoyed every book that we talk about today, um, because it was so. Yeah, I gotta say, once again, for a kid's book, it was really well written.
Yep, and feel free to pop in with Fishy Adventure with our buddy Ray coming in out of nowhere.
Yeah, this is once again a fishy adventure. The book is also based on the TMNT Adventures comics, with the first appearance of Man Ray from the TMNT Adventures book, and it's once again a retelling of the same story. One thing that I thought was interesting is that Man Ray in this book is called Ray Filet, not Man Ray. So more like, I don't know, the action figure or something. But mostly it's yeah, it's straight up the same story, but with new art. And yeah, I thought it was really cool. So it's like they turned the comic book into a story that could, I don't know, fit into the cartoon. Like the turtles, they look a bit more like the cartoon, the characters look a bit more like the cartoon. So they like mix this up. And yeah, once again, for this, I would say a TMT fan could really check out these books, even though if you know the comic, but it's a new view on the same story.
I agree all the way. The one I enjoy is one that, I thought it was a fresh new story as a kid. Turns out I was incorrect because the magic crystal was in a couple spots, wasn't it?
That was one of the most interesting things, because yeah, we have the book called The Magic Crystal, and this story is based on the Donatello micro series from Mirage Comics. Uh, but yeah, with the cartoon turtles, and that was so, I don't know, weird but entertaining and funny at the same time. So yeah, they like turned the story into a cartoon episode. But yeah, it's the Donatello micro series story where Donatello meets Kirby, even though Kirby doesn't look anything like he did in the comic here. And he goes to this with Kirby. He goes to this world, and they fight these monsters and help these human characters. So yeah, it's pretty much the same story. Then the portal shrinks. Donatello gets through. Kirby doesn't get through, and the ending here is changed a little bit, at least, because the note that Donatello gets in the end reads, "Take care of yourself, Don." And if you remember the original comic, it says, "Life at best is bittersweet."
Yep.
Um, so they a little bit changed it there to, I don't know, don't make it too philosophical for the kids.
You're right.
But nonetheless, this was really. I would have really liked to see more, like more Mirage comic stories adapted into the TMNT cartoon universe. So it was really funny. It's like, I don't know if you like remember in the comic, the turtles were living with April back then, and this book starts with the turtles there visiting April. So it the little changes here and there to make it fit into the cartoon universe. So that was very interesting to read.
I had fun just for the sake of the amazing artwork in this book too as a kid. When you're reading how the monsters are coming to life with all the bright colors instead of the black and white. So as a kid, this was a great read. Plus, this one, like I told you last, this one will always have sentimental value to me because this is one, a lot of kids always had story. I don't know what they do nowadays. Well, I guess I could ask you, your dad. Did you ever do story time with your kids, or do you just read on a Kindle, or did they enjoy story time when your parents would read you a book, or grandma, you sit on grandma's lap and they tell you a nice tale with one of your favorite books?
Uh, I mean, yeah, when the kids were younger, I was always before bedtime, I was reading them a story, and we always had fun then because I always did the voices and stuff like that. And I wanted to get some entertainment out of the like the story time too. Like I was goofing around, like giving the characters weird voices. Like, okay, there's a little kid in there, and I give it a really dark and grumpy story voice. So the kids had a laugh. I had fun. Yeah, I really enjoyed like this and. It was like these books. We had like these books, short stories, perfect for before bedtime. So yeah, I remember stuff like that too.
Yeah, and that's why I love this. That was my favorite back in the day. 'Cause it's just and I always had fun reading that one. And just when you seen it come to life again in the 2003 show, I'm like, wait a second, we saw this again. So in the book,
Hmm.
the cartoon, and the comic, they really love that Jack Kirby. And without him, who knows if we would even have turtles? They always said, Jack Kirby, they dedicated turtles to. So
Yeah.
we've got another fun one coming up though with some really great artwork with Raphael. But he's the only one that kept his different costume with Fight for the Turnstone.
Yeah, that was also a funny one. The Fight for the Turnstone is also one of these books that is based on a TMNT Adventures comic. And I thought the start of the story was kind of strange because the turtles, they're in Dimension X on the planet Herovel and they look for the Turnstone, but there's no build up or anything. There's like, yeah, the turtles are now here and they're looking for a mysterious turnstone. Like, why are they here? How did they get here? What happened before? Like in the comic, we had the build up, and here's like, okay, no, the turtles are just here and trying to stop Shredder and Krang. And also, Raphael, as I said, wears his black outfit without an explanation, like the wrestling outfit. There's no explanation. He just wears it, and in the art, yeah, he has it, and we have to accept it. I thought it was really funny. And so it's like the story they're on planet Herobil in Dimension X to try to find the Turnstone. They Shredder and Krang, they're also looking for it. Then the turtles fight the Malignoids and get some help by Wingnuts, Krulus, Trap, and Leatherhead. And Leatherhead in one scene has a sword, which I thought was kind of strange, but okay. And yeah, in the end, Cherube gets the Turnstone and yeah, sends Shredder to jail, Krang to the Waste Planet, and Bee and Rocksteady to the Eden World. So, and then the turtles go back to Earth with Cuddly. So yeah, that's pretty much the same story that they got in the TMNT Adventures book. But yeah, as I said, here there is no build up to the story or anything. We just get thrown straight into the story. So but yeah, once again, it was like a different angle on the same story, and for that, I really, once again, I gotta say, I really enjoyed it.
It would be interesting to get somebody on the show or just send somebody a message in one of those turtle fan groups around, be it the Technodrome forums or some Facebook groups,
Yeah,
just to see if they had the Archie and this book as a kid. Because me and you, we went from kids to adults, finding out that these were kind of double dipped, so to speak, and rehashed.
mm,
So just to get their thoughts on which one they preferred. Coming up next, another chapter here. We've gone to like taller books to thinner books. And when I'm reading two of these, I'm like, wait a minute. Now we're going from the movie into cartoon form. Dude, these first two are really, really fun reads if you love the 1990 movie.
yeah, it's once again like the first book is called The First Battle, and yeah, we have two books who are based on the 1990 movie, but once again, like with the Donatello micro series Mirage comic adaptation, it's it's shown with the turtles with the characters from the 87 cartoon. So yeah, but it's like the first battle is like the opening of the 1990 movie where there's like a crime wave in the city, April gets attacked, and the studio where she works is Channel 6, like in the cartoon. And Turtles and Splinter, they look like 87 cartoon style, and yeah, the turtles save her. And after the first battle, April talks about the mysterious saviors on TV. And Splinter is really proud of them. And then the turtles have a pizza party. So, yeah, once again, it's the same story like we know from the beginning of the movie. but in a different way to once again maybe fit a bit more into the cartoon universe. And the same thing goes for the second book based on the 1990 movie called The Final Lesson. Once again, characters including Splinter and Shredder are drawn in the 87 character style. And yeah, this is the part where Splinter is kidnapped and Rev gets attacked by the Foot Clan, and there's a battle at April's place. An interesting thing here is that even though these are the 87 cartoon characters, the Foot Ninjas are still human, not robots. And there's no Casey in there, like he appeared at the second time around shop in the movie. And then the turtles and April go to the farm, and then that was interesting because like the turtles get this message in the bonfire, like when Splinter appears and tells them what they should do, and then the turtles train, and we see scenes here in this book that we didn't see or was mostly cut in the original movie, like when the turtles train with their bandanas turned around so they don't see. um, and yeah, but that's pretty much then where the book ends. Like the turtles are training and they're getting better, and then the book just ends. um, I wonder if like there was a third book planned for the end of the movie to adapt or anything. But yeah, we didn't get that. But that was really something. I had a blast with this, like seeing these scenes from the movie, but with the 87 cartoon characters. That was something special. And once again, like with the Mirage comic adaptation, I say yeah, I would have loved to see more of this, to be honest.
Oh my God, you ain't kidding, dude. It was nice to see that deleted scene that we've all talked about. I've talked about with Michelle Ivy, just what was going on with that farm scene that we wanted to know more of. This is the best we can get for you guys is in this little kid's book right here. If you want to know more about that blindfold, I mean, they even have Leo with the blindfold on the cover of that little book. So fun read indeed. Next, we've got another one that I had as a kid, and this got me to enjoy the Archie that we covered here already on Shellonomics as well. But it was just fun seeing Leatherhead and A-Stuck wrestling. Leatherhead just beating the hell out of cocky A-Stuck in this universe.
Yeah, the book Visit to Stump Asteroid is once again based on a TMT adventure book from the intergalactic wrestling storyline, where the turtles they go to Stump Asteroid, and they have to wrestle there. Um, and they have to wrestle with Crying Hound. And here the turtles get the wrestling outfits, and Leatherhead is fighting with A-Stuck, and yeah, the turtles in the end win against Crying Hound, and then they go back to Earth thanks to Cuddly. uh, but they also included like this little scene where Cuddly goes a little bit too far into the future, and like, oops, 100 years into your this is 100 years in your future, and then he goes back, and the turtles are safe in New York, and they're back again. So yeah, once again, a straight up book based on the TMNT adventure book, and yeah, this it's like, I don't know, if I was a kid and I would have read these books and maybe later on saw the comic and I was like, hey, I know this, and maybe this would have gotten me into the comics more. So uh, win-win situation, I guess. Um, yeah, just fun.
Yeah, that was me when it came to that. Because I had this little baby book. It's another one my dad read. I used to bring it to my grandma's when I'd sleep over just for some Ninja Turtle loving, and always a good one. I had all these as a kid, the baby ones, and this one is probably the freshest that we can get. And I don't know if this would have ever made an episode, but it took years and years until this next book you're going to cover was somewhat implemented in Turtles.
Yeah, we got an original story called School Days, where the turtles, they say they want to go to school, and Splinter says, okay, let's do this. There could be no problem. So the turtles, they are in disguise, and once again, these are the cartoon turtles, and they are in disguise and drive with the bus to school. And nobody bats an eye that there are 4 mutant ninja turtles here. And like Rev, and they have a day at school. Like Rev goes to a fencing class, Leo goes to an English class, Donatello made a birdhouse and shop class, and Mikey is at economics class. And then a guy wants to sell homework to Leo, but Leo says that it's cheating and it is wrong. And but the boys gang surround Leo and like, hey, we're gonna teach you a lesson. But then the other turtles come in and scare the kids away. And yeah, that was the school day for the turtles, and they go home and tell Splinter what they learned at school and that it was awesome and school is great and you should all stay in school. And you see where this is going. But yeah, this is an original story, and it was fun. It was fun. Like turtles in school. Once again, maybe we could have gotten more of these books, like turtles having like this slice of life adventures in school. Um, yeah, that was just fun once again.
This is one where I'd love to have Kevin Eastman, which, again, a quick plug for our friend Christian, guys. He does have an amazing interview with the Kevin Eastman on TMNT Talk or Peter Laird, just to say, hey, you guys made these kick-ass, hardcore, violent dudes, and now they're in school. We're about to get into a book with ABCs and don't do drugs. And, you know, I guess, Christian, you are, just respectfully, I say we're not in their league, but I just want to do a little role playing. If you were Kevin Eastman or Peter Laird, and your creation, which is a blessing, just, a diamond in the rough, if you want to call it, like Aladdin in the Disney movie says, or lightning in a bottle, you've gone from comic book, superstardom to a TV show, movies, and now you're getting more into like little kid things like this. Are you honored that this is happening? Are you concerned of the legacy your character is going to leave behind? What would your thoughts be if these were your turtles that you created?
Mm, I would try to keep a balance.
Good.
Like, yes, we can have these kids' books. I mean, these kid books, like, they can teach a lesson for the kids and they can be entertaining. Like, they could be like the the start for a turtle fandom. Like, okay, these are my first turtle books and I love these turtles. So I want to learn more about them. And then I get the comics, watch a TV show, whatever. And, but, uh, I would like to keep a balance. Like, yeah, have your kids' cartoons, have your kids' books, but also keep something there for the older fans. Like, keep the original comic going, or do some new comics, or do some like more grown up versions in like movies, or I don't know, even like straight to DVD movies or anything. Like, keep the balance. It can't be both. I always say that turtles can't be both. You can have your teeny mutant ninja turtles, but you can also have your the last Ronin stories, and they don't have to uh, like counteract each other. They don't have to fight for the throne of Ninja Turtles. Like, this is true Ninja Turtles. No, this is true Ninja Turtles. It can exist both at the same time. It's like with Spider-Man. We have your Spidey and his super friends kids cartoon, but we also like have the movies like the new one that's come out right now for the older fans. And I don't see a problem with that. So I guess that would be the way I would like to keep it. Have both sides, keep the balance between for the older fans and for the youngest fans. You can have both, and yeah, the young fans, they also get older, and then they can grow up with the turtles. Like, okay, now I get more into the more gritty and dark comics, and so uh, yeah, I always say it can work.
It's just interesting because we had Mario as a kid. He's still around. Kids love him. Adults love him. The Nintendo Mario. He had a
Mm.
video game. Mario is missing. Mario teaches typing. But these are teenagers. They really don't need to be knowing their ABCs. If they should have learned them, a long time ago. But for some reason, and with the school days too, like we talked about, the only other time I've seen them in school is at the end of the newer movie. So did you know this book existed when you saw that movie? Because I did. So it was a little different for me seeing them in school.
No.
Oh,
To be honest,
okay.
no. This was like, okay, so it wasn't the first time the turtles went to
Okay.
school.
It's always nice seeing that where it's like, wait, I didn't know that, just for some more trivia. But anyways, guys, yes, since school will be coming back in session in about a month from now, we might as well stick with it. And the Turtles had their own ABC book, ABCs for a Better Planet. I guess it's a mix of Captain Planet and Sesame Street.
Yeah, pretty much. And yeah, for this book, ABCs for a Better Planet, this is not a storybook. There's no story behind it. It's like the ABC up to Z, where the turtles show the problems of Earth and how to help the planet. And it's like A is for acid rain, B is for battery, and so on and so forth. X is for X-ray, and you get like this short little information, and you see like pictures with the turtles, like how they, I don't know, clean up trash and help people and all this nice little thing, and you get all this information like, okay, like, I don't know, about batteries, like these are batteries and these are rechargeable batteries and so on and so forth, and what can you do, like use rechargeable batteries, don't throw batteries into trash. And yeah, it's like, as you say, it's very Captain Planet like save the planet, do what you can do, and inform yourself about stuff like this. So yeah, as I said, it was not a story. It's like just showing ways to get the information out to the kids about the environment. And yeah, gotta say, it's still important stuff. So I could not say that it is a bad thing. So um, once again, it was kind of funny, but also kind of entertaining the way it was presented. So I was never bored with these books.
Oh gosh, what kid is gonna know Acid Rain? I'm sorry, not sorry, but just me being blunt here. To start off the book, A is for Acid Rain instead of awesome, like treat everybody awesome, be kind, and be awesome. But that was just so random for that one to get the ball rolling. The kids, again, short attention spans and what? So just again, I wish this would be another one to ask just to get another guest on the show. It's just somebody like that now, because again, there were. We've heard Robin Williams loved the Ninja Turtle comics back in the day. I'm curious who else was an adult reading these and then seeing this. Like, I don't think we'd ever see Wolverine from the X-Men, hey, bub, A is for Acid Rain. Just, there's some characters that wouldn't work with. So but you've said it before and you'll say it again. Turtles, for some reason, can find their way into anything and make it work. And we've proven that with not only the book that Christian just broke down, but also another one, Don't Do Drugs, and right after says a rap song. Another book that I had as a kid, and I don't know, I didn't get to ask the gentleman who came on our show before, Quigley, who made the cool Mike rapper, but Mike's the rapper in this one, ain't he?
Oh my God. Don't Do Drugs, a rap song. This book, I only saw bits and pieces. And I remember that the first time when I saw stuff out of this book, I thought it was a joke. I thought, okay, this is not real. This is not, this is, I mean, okay, they took pictures out of a book, but they put in new words there. So it's not like the turtles talking about angel dust and crack and stuff. But yes, this really happens. This is like the whole story is told through a rap song, and we see the turtles, they are rapping with microphones, and they talk about that you shouldn't do drugs. We see a kid on a skateboard, and he gets asked by a shady guy to bring some drugs to a customer, but the kid says no, and that's the right thing to do. A kid gets asked by some guys to try out drugs, but the kid says no. Then the turtles tell you that the drugs lead to a life of crime, and then even pot leads to harder drugs, and that you should go to school and only then you can be successful in life. And boy, this is real. This is pretty much like the cartoon authors to the rescue videotape. This feels like this. It's like, oh my god, I never thought that I would hear Alvin and the Chipmunks talk about grass. Like it's like, oh my god, I love this so much. This is so crazy. I mean, of course it's a good message. Drugs are bad. Don't do drugs. Of course, no doubt about it. But it's just so crazy when the turtles sit in the pizzeria and it's like, no, we only want the good stuff on our pizzas, like tomato and cheese. We don't want angel dust, crack, and all that stuff. Like, of course you don't want that on your pizza. And it's fantastic. It's really, if you have a chance to check out this book, do it. Please do so. It's pure entertainment.
Just for the laughs alone, this is someone I'd love to have on this to just ask, like, what inspired this, in all seriousness too. I mean, we've had other funky things, let alone turtle tunes, for goodness sakes, just how these turtles have been everywhere. So we have one more. Again, thank you, Christian, for putting this list together just to make it flow. Let's go out with a pizza party, right?
Yeah, it's the best way to end it. So yeah, we have another original story called Pizza Party, and this is a step into reading book. So a preschool grade book where it's really big letters and short sentences, but still, once again, gotta say, it's not like dumbed down or anything. It's just like for the young kids to read it easier. And it's, yeah, once again, these are the cartoon turtles, and they want to throw a pizza party, and for this they need pizza, but of course with no anchovies. So the turtles go to the pizza store, and as they wait for the pizzas, a guy comes in and steals some of the pizzas. So the turtles stop the bad guy with some pizza dough and tomato sauce. But then the pizza store is out of ingredients and only anchovies are left. So the turtles leave, like, no, you can keep your anchovies. And as the turtles come back to the lair, Splinter is proud of the turtles, that they like help people once again, and he made easy pizzas. And then we get the recipe in the back of the book. They're like mini pizzas, like even though I think they could be really tasty. And yeah, with these mini pizzas, the story ends, and yeah, it's just a short story for like the first book for young kids to start reading. Um, that was kind of cute here, yeah.
Did you have a favorite in this? I guess first of many with our random books here.
Um, Gotta say, I really enjoyed the ones that put the cartoon turtles into other versions, like the adaptations of from the movie, like the first battle and the final lesson. Those two I really enjoyed to see the turtles. I mean, to see cartoon Shredder. Uh, having caught Splinter and tied up Splinter, like in the movie, but it's cartoon Splinter and cartoon Shredder. This is just great. I would have loved to see cartoon Casey in there too, but well, you can't have everything. Uh, but these are, and it's the same with the Magic Crystal story. I love it that they put the cartoon turtles into these stories from, well, a darker universe. So this was really awesome. And of course, don't do drugs. That's for me right now. This is a classic. This is a must read. Um, Having so much fun with this. Yeah, I would say these are my favorites.
Yeah, this was a fun trip down memory lane, and we look forward to doing more of these because we found a lot more books. If you guys are enjoying these episodes, please give us a like, subscribe to our channels. We'd greatly appreciate it. It helps boost our algorithm and getting more turtle fans like you guys who listen to our show, Shellonomics and TMNT Talk. If you guys have any suggestions for us on what you'd like us to cover, let us know. But dude, As always, it's been a pleasure, and I know you're very excited because I'm pretty sure on your channel you will be covering the newest Saturday Morning Adventure comic that just came out.
Oh, that will definitely happen, and yeah, I read it today, and it was once again fantastic, and yeah, it's sad to see the episode go. But as you talk about Saturday Morning Adventures, I gotta give it back to you because you just released a fantastic interview with Eric Burnham, the behind the TMT Saturday Morning Adventures. And that was really great. I got so much cool new information out of this interview. Gotta plug it here. It's fantastic interview, and if you like the Saturday Morning Adventures, you should all definitely check it out.
Oh, thank you for that. I appreciate that. Yeah, dude, that's been it. Like you say, I guess we'll study our ABCs. We won't do drugs, and we'll have a pizza party later tonight, my man.
Yeah, we learned our lessons, and stay in school, kids.